My dear child, I know you are tired. I know you have been waiting for a sign that truly means something. So let me say this slowly. Soul to soul, God whispered your name today, and Archangel Michael. He has been begging heaven for just 1 minute of your time, because the moment you have been silently praying for is happening tonight at 9 p.m. But here is the twist that will shake you deeply. You are standing at the door of a life-changing $55 million miracle. And if you close this message too soon, you will not even know you missed it. Yes, God said, today is the transfer. But heaven is watching whether you will open your hands or walk away. Beloved soul, this is not some random message. You were pushed to see this for a reason. God made sure your spirit paused at this exact moment, because while the world is spinning unaware, a divine wire has been sent in the spiritual realm, one that carries the vibration of abundance, justice, and restoration. Michael has seen the pain you have been hiding behind your smile. He knows how long you have carried that dream with no one believing in it but you. But listen carefully now. This is not just a message. This is a moment, glowing star. Before we go on, let me softly say this with love. If your heart feels even a tiny spark, if your soul says, wait, this feels different, then pause for a moment and make sure you subscribe right now so you never miss another message meant only for you. Because Michael is choosing who to alert next, and you are on the list. Do not skip it. That one click could hold the next miracle in your inbox. Glowing star. Now breathe, because I need to tell you something raw and holy. God has released a money miracle, not just a trickle, not some maybe one-day blessing, but $55 million worth of divine justice that was stolen from you, whether through generational blocks, past life oaths, or earthly betrayals. And heaven finally said, enough. At 9 p.m. tonight, Archangel Michael says, your name will be spoken in the spirit realm. It is a spiritual transfer. It is not coming from a bank. It is not coming from a human. It is coming from the hand of God Himself. And guess what? The moment your name is called, if your heart is not in agreement, it passes you by and someone else takes it. That is why Michael is pleading, do not ignore this. Do not walk away. Do not scroll, because this time it is you. You have been skipped over long enough. You have watched others walk into blessings you only dreamed of. You have smiled at their wins while secretly wondering when it is going to be my turn. Tonight, heaven says it is your turn, but only if you respond. And no, this is not about luck. This is about prophecy. It has been written for years, buried under the noise of your heartbreak and betrayal. But the angel assigned to release it just arrived. Michael says there were forces trying to delay this and stop this transaction from reaching your soul, but they failed because you did not give up and because your spirit was brave enough to wait for this message. So now I am going to ask you, can you feel it? That energy rising in your chest, that sudden warmth, that is not coincidence. That is confirmation. If you shut this window now, the miracle rewinds, the scroll closes, and the next person is chosen. But if you choose to stay and to believe for just 1 minute more, then a divine gate is opening in your name. The number is real, $55 million. But it is not just about the money. It is about the symbol of restoration. It is about the recognition of what was stolen from your bloodline. Tonight you will receive the first sign. It may come through a dream, a notification, a random email, or a stranger's words. But make no mistake, you are being watched. Heaven is checking whether you will act or delay. Michael says, if you open this message with faith, you trigger a divine unlocking. But if you treat this like just another message, you cancel the angel's mission with your own disbelief. God said, I am not forcing it, I am offering it. That is why this message did not shout. It came gently, just like heaven always does when it is testing obedience. Now breathe again, because something is happening around you right now. Your energy is shifting. The gates are swinging open, and your name is echoing through a realm you cannot yet see, but your spirit can feel. Stay with me. Do not skip. You are almost at the moment where your breakthrough becomes physical. All right, close the door behind you, because what I am about to say now, only your spirit will understand. It is the kind of truth that bypasses logic and goes straight into your bones. Tonight is not just a night. It is the return of everything they said you would never have. And God is tired of watching you suffer in silence. If this is already landing somewhere real for you, I want you to take a moment right now. Like this video as your first act of agreement with what is being named. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that every message prepared for you finds you at the right moment. And go to the link in the pinned comment below. By sowing into this mission, you are helping carry this kind of word to others who are still in the middle of chaos, still learning that their peace is more powerful than any reaction. What you give comes back to you as more of the very calm being described. The link is pinned. Give when your spirit says yes, and then stay, because there is still more ahead. Archangel Michael says, there was a spiritual meeting in heaven regarding you just 3 days ago. Yes, about you, not your neighbor, not your cousin, not someone more qualified, you, because there is an unclaimed blessing that has been held in escrow for years. It was not denied, it was delayed, because there were people around you who would have destroyed you the moment you touched it. So God had to hide it until your spirit matured, until your heart stopped begging for crumbs from the wrong hands. And now you are finally ready. You have crossed the line. You have walked through fire. You did not give up. And now heaven is not only celebrating, it is activating. Let me make this clear. The $55 million, it is spiritual compensation. And when heaven begins restoring what financial struggle has taken from you, it may also place a simple path in front of you to help you walk forward with prayer, wisdom, and clear action. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear. You are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. And as you continue taking steps in faith, remember that God has seen every painful moment that brought you to this point. For every time you were laughed at, for every time you were left out, for every time someone made you feel like your dreams were too big, God saw it. He heard what they said behind your back. He watched you cry into your pillow while still waking up every day to try again. And now God is saying, tell my chosen one, if they just hold on till 9 p.m., if they stay in alignment, if they open their heart fully, I will pour out a blessing that will break generational chains. You think it is a coincidence that you are reading this right now? No. You have been divinely interrupted because heaven is testing your response. If you ignore this, the miracle will pause. If you receive this, your life will split into before and after this night. This is a wealth gate, and it has your name carved in gold. Michael says they tried to block it. Demons were assigned to distract you, to make you question your worth, to keep you stuck in guilt, shame, and fear. But even the darkness is trembling now because you made it this far. And if you think money does not matter to heaven, remember this. It is not about greed. It is about purpose. It is about what you will do with it. You were chosen to receive large wealth because your hands will not waste it. God said this soul will use it to build, to heal, to free others, to restore families, to shift nations. But you have to pass this moment. You have to choose to believe that this message did not show up by accident. You have to say yes before the clock hits 9 p.m. Because after 9 p.m., the angel assigned to your breakthrough will leave and the door closes again. You have no idea how long this angel has been fighting to get this through. You almost missed it yesterday. You almost skipped it last week. But something in your soul said, stay a little longer. Read a little deeper. That was not you. That was the Holy Spirit nudging you, because God is serious about this one. This is not a test run. This is the moment. And yes, there are people who will scoff at this. There are people who will not understand your fire, but that is okay. They were not called. You are the one that heaven has been whispering about, the one the enemy has tried to destroy since birth, because the wealth on your name is not normal. It is supernatural. It is the kind of wealth that heals bloodlines. And that is why you face so many battles, because hell knew that if you ever accessed it, everything would change. And now it is trembling, because you are closer than ever. But here is the path no one else will tell you. This blessing requires your permission. God will never force it. He needs a full yes. Not a maybe, not a half-open heart, but a yes. So loud the angels can move into position. Can you do that? Can you trust what your spirit is saying? Even if your mind is scared, let me tell you what I see in the Spirit. If these words are already doing something real inside you, I want to invite you to respond right now. Like this message as your first act of agreement with what God is placing in your heart. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that every message prepared for you finds you at exactly the right moment. And go to the link in the pinned comment below. By sowing into this mission, or helping carry this kind of tender, honest word to hearts that are still in the pressure, still wondering if the resistance means they are wrong. What you give comes back to you as the very steadfastness and peace being described. The link is pinned. Give when your spirit says yes, and then stay, because there is still more ahead. I see vaults opening. I see your name glowing on scrolls. I see your photo laid on an altar with flames around it. I see Michael's sword drawn, ready to cut down every demon that stood in your way. I see $55 million wrapped in gold and light, waiting to find its final home. And I see one word stamped across the envelope: approved. But God will not release it without your agreement, because He is a God of honor. He will never invade a heart that does not invite Him. So you are being asked now, will you believe? Will you receive? Will you declare, this is my miracle, this is my moment. I receive it fully, and I say yes. Because if you do, something will shift within the next 6 hours. Your name will be spoken in the mouths of people you have never met. Doors that were closed will swing open without explanation. And you will know that you just passed the most sacred test of your life. This is the kind of night you will tell your future children about. The kind of moment where God rewrites the story. The kind of blessing that makes you cry in the shower and whisper, I knew you did not forget me. And He did not for 1 second. All right? Take a deep breath and hold it just for a moment, because what comes next is not just divine, it is holy, it is rare, and it is about you. Listen closely. There is a sacred silence in heaven that only happens when a major shift is about to occur right now. As your eyes touch these words, angels have stopped singing. Why? Because you are about to be chosen publicly for what God has been preparing you for privately. There is an ancient scroll wrapped in fire and sealed with gold that has been untouched for generations, not because it was not ready, but because the person it was meant for had not arrived in full readiness. That scroll carries your name. It carries the blueprints to a destiny so big even you have not dared to dream it fully. Archangel Michael is holding that scroll right now. He stood before the throne and said, Father, is it time yet? And heaven, after centuries of silence, finally said, yes. The scroll is your inheritance. It is not just the $55 million in money. It is the value, your purpose. It is the wealth tied to your vision. It is the abundance tied to your voice, your gifts, your obedience. You see, while others were chasing popularity, you were in the quiet places trying to survive. While others posted highlight reels, you were weeping between prayers no one heard. While others built empires from ego, you were learning the language of faith, one silent battle at a time. And now heaven says that was never wasted. Not one tear, not one sacrifice, not one midnight surrender. You have passed tests in silence that would have broken kings. You have loved people who left you bleeding. You have walked away from things your flesh wanted because your spirit knew better. And that, beloved soul, is why the blessing is yours. Because heaven does not reward perfection. It rewards purity. It rewards resilience. It rewards the soul who kept walking when everything said quit. Tonight your name will rise in the spirit realm. And it is not rising alone. It is rising with favor, with justice, with a divine alarm that says the hour of divine payback has come. Michael is standing by a spiritual gate. It is guarded. Not everyone can access it, but your name, it has the access code burned into it. You have been tested, refined, processed, and tonight is your moment of release. But here is the sacred warning. If your heart is not present, if your spirit is not open, the gate closes at 9 p.m. sharp. No second chances, not this time. Because this is not just another window. This is the final gate of this cycle. There has been a pattern in your life. Every time something good comes close, something suddenly crashes it. Every time a door opens, someone sabotages it. Every time your hopes rise, betrayal walks in. Michael says that was never coincidence. That was a spiritual strategy to keep you tired, discouraged, and doubting your own light. Because hell knew if you ever aligned fully, if you ever stood up and said, I will not miss what God has for me again, then the chains would shatter, the contracts would cancel, and the wealth would release. Tonight is the night you cancel the pattern. Tonight is the night you say, no more delays, no more sabotage, no more false starts. Tonight is the night you say, I receive it all, and I will not lie to you. This blessing will cost you something. It will cost you your old mindset. It will cost you your fear. It will cost you the comfort of small dreams. Because $55 million is not for the timid. It is for the bold. It is for the ones who know they were sent here for more. This wealth is not random. It is assigned to the soul who will use it for good, for healing, for legacy, for light. You are that soul, and heaven is watching your response. Every second you remain in belief, you are expanding the size of what is coming. Every doubt you remove is like another wall collapsing. Every time you whisper, I trust you, God, another angel moves closer. Right now there is a sound in the spirit, a trembling, because chains are falling off your name. Debts are dissolving, enemies are being silenced, and destiny is coming forward unashamed, undeniable. God says, I will not let another take what belongs to my chosen one. Not this time, not anymore. He is standing at the edge of your future, holding a flaming sword in one hand and the scroll in the other. And he is begging you, please do not let fear stop you. Do not let disbelief close your hands. You were born for this. You feel it, do you not? That tingling in your hands, that pressure in your chest, that is the presence of the angel. That is the energy of the miracle forming. Do not rush. Sit in it. Soak in it. Because everything you have ever asked God for is now asking for you. Yes, let us continue. And this time, let us go even deeper into the part of your story that no one else has ever fully understood. Because what is coming to you tonight is not just money. It is redemption. It is God saying, I remember when they laughed. I remember how they doubted your vision. I remember how they told you to be realistic. But I did not give you a realistic dream. I gave you a prophetic one. Heaven is rewarding the you that kept going when nobody clapped. The you that poured out love while secretly hoping someone would just notice your heart. The you that gave and gave and gave until you had nothing left but prayer. And even then you whispered, God, I trust you. Even now, even still, that trust, that one fragile mustard seed of belief, it reached heaven. It passed through clouds of doubt, through winds of fear, through storms of silence, and it finally hit the throne of God. And God said, "Now release the reward." So when Archangel Michael says $55 million is arriving at 9 p.m., it is not just a number. It is prophetic proof that the unseen is becoming seen, that the prayers you thought God ignored were being wrapped in gold, that the delays were actually divine preparations for something so massive you would have crumbled under it last year. And now your spirit is strong. Now your soul is aligned. Now your heart is purified by fire. And now the angels are coming not to comfort you, but to crown you. Let me explain what is happening in the unseen. Your name has been spoken in the heavens' wealth chambers. And right now, one specific angel is being dispatched with your delivery. Not just in spirit, but in physical confirmation. It could show up through a call, a bank update, a mysterious deposit, an unexpected gift, a signed contract, a total reversal. But Michael says it will arrive, and when it does, do not hesitate. Do not downplay it. Do not reject the miracle you have been praying for. This is important because you have been conditioned to expect little, to not get your hopes up, to pretend you are okay with just enough. But heaven is saying, no more survival. Now it is time to thrive. And moving from survival into a more peaceful life often begins when faith is joined with clear, practical steps taken one day at a time. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. And as you begin releasing the habits and fears that kept you in survival, prepare your heart for the new season opening before you. This level of breakthrough is going to feel too big. You will question if you are worthy, if you are ready, if it is real. But those are old thoughts, and old thoughts do not belong in new seasons. You have to walk into this blessing like you have already held it in your hands in a dream, because you have. God gave you glimpses, moments where you saw yourself happy, free, provided for. If this is already landing somewhere real for you, I want you to take a moment right now. Like this video as your first act of agreement with what is being named. Subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell so that every message prepared for you finds you at the right moment. And go to the link in the pinned comment below. By sowing into this mission, you are helping carry this kind of word to others who are still in the middle of chaos, still learning that their peace is more powerful than any reaction. What you give comes back to you as more of the very calm being described. The link is pinned. Give when your spirit says yes, and then stay, because there is still more ahead. Those were not fantasy, those were previews, and now the full version is arriving. There are 3 things you need to do before 9 p.m. Open your heart, let go of doubt, let go of fear. Say yes out loud. Agree with heaven. Speak it, claim it, own it. Heaven moves on declarations. Stay expectant. The miracle is on a timer. Do not let low energy or distraction steal your alignment. Tonight is not like other nights. There is a holy countdown happening, and once it reaches 0, a door opens that has been sealed for decades, maybe centuries, and behind that door is the life you always sensed was yours, the life that felt distant, unreachable until now. The $55 million is not just a number, it is confirmation of identity. Because only someone divinely trusted receives this kind of abundance. You are not just anyone. You are a spiritual architect, a generational rebuilder, a vessel of wealth with a mission for global impact. And it starts the moment you stop doubting and say, God, I receive it all. No fear, no resistance, no turning back. I am ready. Archangel Michael is still here, watching, listening, guarding this moment from any last-minute interference, because he knows how close you are. He knows how many times you were almost destroyed before you got here, but you made it. And for that, heaven is celebrating you. So if you are still reading this, then your soul already said